We are here at Ivan-e-Tahir to celebrate Islamic Heritage Month. So let's take a walk through all of the fabulous exhibitions here. First stop, flight. Go. How are you?
This stall is to take Abbas ibn Firnas, who was a Muslim inventor about 1,000 years ago, and his contribution to flight. As we know today that the founding fathers of flight, known as the Wright brothers or Leonardo da Vinci, who made major contributions to what we know as today as the plane, right, an airplane. More than 1,000 years ago, we had Abbas ibn Firnas, who dared to take flight by jumping off of a cliff using his own glider that he had. But without his contributions, we wouldn't be able to advance from flight.
This exhibition is all about how Islam contributed to medicine and to saving lives in general. And the importance of it is so that we understand what the advances in medicine were and where they came from, and how we as Muslims contributed to that.
There are so many tools scattered across this exhibition, like these surgical tools of Al-Zahwari that were invented 1,000 years ago and were used by European doctors centuries later.
A good fun fact is he came up with a really cool method of stitching internal wounds. So a problem with stitching internal wounds with actual thread is that the thread remains there forever. So he came up with a way of using animal guts to do stitching instead. And so that allows the thread to dissolve over time, and then so there's no issues with thread remaining inside you after a surgery.
So we have two things over here mainly. We have the astrolabe, and then over here we have the elephant clock, which is very obvious and a lot of people ask about it. These are the two things that we have on display. Muslims used both of these objects to, the astrolabe was used to tell the time, but it was also like a modern day GPS. The elephant clock was specifically for keeping time, and every half an hour a scribe would write down the time and they'd be able to know what time it is. It's obviously very important for Muslims as we want to know what time prayers are. The astrolabe, you can say, is very unique and complicated because it was able to not only tell what the date is and what the time is, you could also use it to navigate, and you could also use it to find out the direction of the Qibla.
Wait, is that what I think it is?
In my architecture exhibit, we can see the dome and the arches. I wanted to create a space, an experience for people to experience Islamic architecture, and how can that change your life or your experience within the building? How can that change your prayers and like how we all congregate together?
There are a lot of inventions Muslims have done, and unfortunately a lot of people do not know about it. So the purpose of this event is to tell people about the early contributions of Islamic scholars towards the field of science and technology, and a lot of things we've been using these days, they are actually based on the technology from those Muslim inventors.
MTA News, Peace Village, Canada.